What is an SR22? The SR22 is a document that is submitted to your state Department of Motor Vehicles in order to furnish proof that you have the minimum car insurance required in your state. The SR22 is a court-ordered document. The SR22 can be required by the court if you are convicted of driving without a license, convicted of a DUI or a DWI, have a lot of accidents for which you are at fault, have a lot of repeat offenses in a short period of time. Sometimes people refer to the SR22 as SR22 insurance. But the SR22 form is simply a document that proves you have insurance. The SR22 form typically costs about $25 to get. But then when you buy insurance with an SR22, the cost of the car insurance will be high. Not every state uses an SR22 form. States that do not use the SR22 include Delaware, Kentucky, Minnesota, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, Oklahoma, and Pennsylvania. But be assured that all of those states have other forms of punishment to met out for drunk driving and other violations of the road. Some states, Florida and Virginia, for example, use what is called an FR44. This form in Florida and Virginia is usually only required after a DWI or DUI conviction. In the case of the FR44, the person receiving the form is required to carry liability limits double the state's minimum. Insurance companies often specialize in the types of drivers that they will cover with an insurance policy in your state. There is the so-called preferred driver, standard driver and non-standard driver. Preferred drivers. These are the drivers with great driving records, short commutes, typically they are low-mileage drivers with few or no accidents. Standard drivers. These are drivers who may have not had much driving experience, perhaps they put on a lot of miles during the year and sometimes have minor accidents. Non-standard drivers. These so-called non-standard drivers might be teenage drivers, drivers with poor credit scores and drivers with moving violations. It is not a foregone conclusion that when a court orders you to get an SR22 that you will get it. You cannot apply for an SR22 yourself. You need to go to an insurance company and get them to provide an SR22 to your state. Once the court orders you to get an SR22, you will likely have to carry it for 3 years. At the end of 3 years, you are the one that needs to notify the insurance company that you are no longer required to have the SR22 and it will be dropped from your policy. Most likely, you will start paying a lower rate for the car insurance. If your insurance rate continues at the same level, you need to talk to a new company about buying automobile insurance. It could happen that you could live in one state and have problems while visiting another state. When you go to court in that other state, there could be a court order that you need to get an SR22. The SR22 certificate will take one of 3 forms. The first is an operator's, non-automobile owner's, certificate that covers the driver whose license has been reinstated who drives a car that he or she does not own. The second is the automobile owner's certificate, which is issued to a reinstated driver who owns his or her own car. The third is the operator/owner SR22 certificate that is issued to the driver who operates his or her own vehicle and a car owned by someone else. If you do not make your insurance payment on time with an SR22, the policy will lapse, the insurance company will notify the state and you will again lose your license. The bottom line of the SR22 is to pay your insurance bills on time, drive with care and get help if you have an alcohol or drug problem. Please visit us at answerbundle.com.